There is a kind of presence that cannot be manufactured through appearance, money, or words. It is felt before it is understood. Some call it energy. Some call it aura. But throughout history, disciplined men have carried a certain intensity that naturally commands attention without demanding it. Most men today constantly drain their mental and emotional energy through endless distraction, overstimulation, and lack of self-control. Their minds become restless, their focus weak, and their presence unstable. But when a man begins practicing semen retention, he starts reclaiming that lost energy. As the days pass, something subtle begins to change. Your thoughts become clearer. Your emotions become calmer. Your attention becomes more focused. And when the mind becomes more disciplined internally, the presence you project externally also transforms. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius believed that the quality of a man's mind shapes the quality of his life. A disciplined mind naturally creates a more grounded and powerful presence. This is the beginning of what many describe as the semen retention aura. It is not magic or fantasy. It is the visible effect of self-control, emotional stability, and focused energy reflected through your behavior, body language, and mindset. One of the biggest sources of this aura is calmness. During retention, many men notice they stop reacting impulsively to every situation. Their emotions become steadier, and their energy feels more centered. In today's world, calmness itself has become rare. Most people are mentally overstimulated and emotionally reactive. So when someone remains composed under pressure, it immediately creates a sense of strength around them. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that true power comes from mastering yourself rather than trying to control others. This inner mastery changes the way people perceive you. Another reason the aura feels powerful is because your attention becomes more intentional. Instead of constantly seeking stimulation, validation, or approval, your focus begins moving inward toward growth and purpose. That inward focus creates intensity in your presence. Your eye contact becomes stronger. Your posture improves. Your words become slower and more deliberate. People may not consciously understand why your energy feels different, but they sense it instinctively. The philosopher Seneca believed that inner peace creates outer strength. A man who controls his mind naturally carries himself with more dignity and certainty. During semen retention, your confidence also changes. It is no longer dependent on external validation or temporary pleasure. Instead, it begins coming from discipline and self-respect. This kind of confidence feels completely different from arrogance. Arrogance seeks attention. True confidence remains calm, silent, and secure within itself. And people naturally gravitate toward that energy. Another hidden aspect of the semen retention aura is emotional independence. You stop desperately needing approval from others to feel worthy. That emotional freedom removes neediness from your presence. And ultimately, this is the true power of the semen retention aura. It is not about becoming superior to others, it is about becoming more disciplined, focused, calm, and aligned within yourself. When a man learns to master his energy instead of wasting it, his entire presence begins carrying a quiet strength that people naturally feel. As this aura strengthens, you begin noticing that people respond to you differently even when you say very little. Your presence starts communicating more than your words ever could. This happens because energy is often felt subconsciously before it is understood logically. When your mind is calm and your emotions are under control, people naturally sense stability in you. Most individuals today carry anxious, restless energy because their attention is constantly fragmented. But during semen retention, your focus becomes more centered, and that centeredness creates a silent form of influence. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius understood that a disciplined inner world creates strength that cannot be shaken by external chaos. As you continue retention, this philosophy slowly becomes visible in your daily life. Situations that once disturbed your peace begin losing their power over you. You stop reacting emotionally to every inconvenience, criticism, or temptation. Instead, you develop the ability to remain composed under pressure. That composure creates a powerful aura because calmness in difficult situations immediately separates strong minds from weak ones. Another reason the semen retention aura feels powerful is because your energy no longer feels desperate. Desperation weakens presence because it creates emotional dependence on validation, attention, or pleasure. But as discipline grows, you begin finding satisfaction within yourself rather than constantly seeking it externally. This changes the way you interact with people. Your conversations become more relaxed, your behavior more natural, and your confidence more authentic. Ironically, when you stop chasing attention, people often begin noticing you more. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that freedom begins when a man stops becoming enslaved by his impulses. This lesson becomes extremely important during semen retention because much of modern life is designed to keep people addicted to instant gratification. Every distraction weakens focus and scatters energy. But when you resist those impulses consistently, your mind becomes sharper and more disciplined. That discipline begins radiating through your entire presence. As your mind becomes clearer, your body language also transforms naturally. You begin standing taller, moving slower, and maintaining stronger eye contact. These changes are subtle but powerful because body language communicates emotional state more than words ever can. Nervous energy begins disappearing from your movements. Instead of appearing restless or uncertain, your presence begins feeling calm and controlled. People subconsciously associate this kind of body language with confidence, leadership, and emotional strength. The philosopher Seneca believed that true power comes from governing yourself rather than being governed by emotions and desires. During semen retention, this self-governance becomes one of the biggest sources of your aura. You begin realizing that real masculinity is not loud aggression or domination, it is emotional control, mental clarity, and disciplined behavior. A man who controls himself carries a presence that naturally commands respect without needing to force it. Another hidden aspect of this aura is focus. Most people today struggle to give their full attention to anything because their minds are constantly overstimulated. But during retention, your concentration often becomes stronger because your energy is no longer being drained through endless distraction. This focused attention changes your interactions. People feel heard when you truly listen. They feel your awareness instead of your distraction. Over time, retention also strengthens your relationship with solitude. Earlier, you may have constantly needed noise, entertainment, or external stimulation to feel comfortable. But as your mind becomes calmer, solitude begins feeling peaceful instead of lonely. This emotional independence changes your aura significantly because you stop projecting neediness into the world. You become comfortable with yourself, and that comfort creates quiet confidence in your presence. The more disciplined you become internally, the more intentional your life starts feeling externally. Your decisions improve because your mind becomes less impulsive. Your habits become stronger because your focus becomes more stable. Even the way you speak changes because you stop talking purely to impress others. Your words become more measured and meaningful. This intentionality creates depth in your personality, and depth naturally creates attraction and respect. And ultimately, this is the deeper power of the semen retention aura. It is not some mystical force that suddenly appears overnight. It is the result of removing mental chaos, emotional instability, and constant distraction from your life. When your mind becomes disciplined, your emotions balanced, and your energy focused, your presence naturally changes. People feel that inner order instinctively because true power has never come from noise. It has always come from self-mastery.